Video.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Sexy Sunday, where we answer your questions about sex, relationship, spirituality, and
sex.
So what is it? We just literally came up, I don't know, we're improvising here, and for some reason that keeps happening, so that's our show.
Hello.
We have a show.
It's Sex on Sunday. Is that what it's called?
Sexy Sunday.
Oh, Sex on Sunday.
Right. Hi, it's Sex on Sunday. So, we answered a previous question for our debut episode, and now we have a second question from the same person.
Oh my God, this is brilliant.
Brilliant.
So, since we're recording on my computer, and also, when you're spiritually awakened, do you guys feel like you always have to be an elevated consciousness level, or can you be authentically silly or weird or confused some days too?
Never silly. Gotta be
Definitely
serious.
not weird.
Be very, very elevated in consciousness all the time.
And she's usually the one who's confused, but I don't get confused.
Never.
No, it's just always right on mark.
Right.
But if you can see, I have a dent right here. So I have an excuse to be confused sometimes.
He calls it a dent.
I have a dent.
Okay.
So anyway, let's continue. I feel like there is a lot of confusion in the spiritual community about accepting yourself when you are not high frequency or tapped in or feeling happy, and in co-creative relationships, feeling okay to have low days as well as high frequency.
What? Low days? That's not even... No!
Babe, you're so perfect.
All the time. I am literally singing and blowing flowers out of my booty all day long.
Anyway, back on Mark here. What is the point?
The whole point is that, bottom line is, when you're in a relationship, how do we do this? Should we make it funny?
Well, we're being silly because it's Sexy Sunday, but the truth of the matter is there's going to be, it's natural. We're human beings, so we pass gas, we burp, we spit, we pick our nose, we get angry. Notice
Fearful.
I went to all the animalistic kind of things first.
And I went to the emotional.
She went to the emotional.
I'm a woman. He's a man.
And I pick my nose and pass gas.
A lot.
Sometimes.
I bust him a lot. I bust him busting his ass. All the time.
So anyway, ow.
Sorry, you guys. We're here laying around on the couch on a Sunday, and we're just having fun. But we do want to answer these questions as well.
So we're just showing part of... This is kind of how we'll just start to just use a word like lick, and then we'll just say a lot of strange things around the word lick.
Stick it.
Yeah. Suck it.
Put it in your...
Your nose.
But if I don't flow, then I don't want to go there.
So we're not going to go there any further. But you get the point. We'll be silly, right? And high consciousness doesn't have, from I think maybe our humble opinion, is not about if you're doing it right. It's actually just being authentic, real, and in the present moment.
Be yourself, and you will be loved for yourself. This goes in relationship and career. Get paid to be yourself. Be loved for being yourself. Walk the walk. Walk your true talk, and be who you are, because who you are is a star. I'm about to rap.
Don't rap.
I won't rap.
That's
He doesn't like my rapping.
She's from Miami and I'm from Kansas, so you already got it. So she has Miami and it's fine when she raps in the closet, but otherwise I try to minimize that. But that doesn't
Miami
mean
is really
it's still
on the
there.
back burner, but it's there.
And my Kansas is on the back burner, but it's still there. Literally, I was in a fraternity, so that fraternity humor still comes out. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's the key is how to be, even in the midst of that. I'm not going after people trying to make fun of them or do harm to people, but the sense of humor still comes out, the silliness still comes out, and I laugh at silly stuff and dumb stuff and poop jokes and all that kind of stuff. It's still fine.
Do you know why I fell in love with this man? Do you know why I fell in love with this man?
Why did you fall in love with him?
When he came up to Mendocino to visit, I was in the end of my dark year of the soul. And he showed up, and we literally could talk about anything. That's why he was one of the only people I would actually see and spend time with, because I was in a dark place and I could actually be real with him. He was like a real friend. But he came up and came to stay with me in my home in Mendocino, and man, in those 5 days, no matter, this is a profound being who is a great teacher, and, just I have known as a yoga teacher in our community who's very well respected and all that. Hard to believe, I know, but just kidding. But here was this profound being, totally being himself, and just talking about all the things that are usually left unsaid, and really able to hear me. And when I saw his fraternity tattoo, he has a tattoo of his fraternity on his ankle, and realized he never got rid of it. He never tried to cover it up once he had a rebirth in his spiritual path and left all that behind. He never got rid of that. It was like he has nothing to hide. And I love that. I love when a person is able to just be fully who they are and accept every step along the way without shame. There's nothing you've ever done on your journey that's to be ashamed of. It's part of your learning experience and growth. So I just found that really sexy and attractive to see, wow, he's not trying to prove anything to anyone by covering up, a part of him that might not be accepted in the spiritual community, or he's just like the full spectrum, awesome man that I love.
Yo-ho.
Aho!
Yeah, so, and the same thing goes for the down days, right? It's just like this is, as one of our teachers would say, he'll say, I don't care how you feel. I don't care how I feel. That's not the point. You may feel high, you may feel low, but do you get up and continue to court your same purpose and intention? So whether you feel high or low isn't of consequence. It's what you do with your inner being, your state of being, that matters. So we go through challenging times, and Veronica's a little fiery at times, and she's got that fiery Cuban-Russian thing going on, and that's okay. It doesn't make it right, wrong, good, or bad. It's just sometimes there's fire, and sometimes there's challenges, and sometimes there's disagreements, and the key is what we come back to, return to again and again and again, is love and conscious communication. Yeah,
and really respecting that other person. So rather than dumping my stuff on him or his stuff on me, taking responsibility, like in those moments, a really practical tool is in those moments just confessing, just admitting it, just going, you know what, I'm really afraid right now, and I want to run away and just get out of this right now, because one of my buttons is being pushed.
You're really good at that. She does that. What allows, one of the things that allows us to be able to have conscious communication is that when Veronica is challenged by something, she'll confess it and take responsibility for it.
It's not dumping it, like, you asshole, I want to leave right now. It's more like, I feel afraid right now, or I feel, like insecure, or whatever it is.
My little child's up and is worried that you're going to leave, or you're going to do something, or you're not being honest with me, or something.
It takes courage to just come out and be vulnerable and go, this is part of me, that's not, it's a more vulnerable part that feels this way. But fortunately, it's safe to do that here, because I'm able to be met with consciousness versus, ooh, I don't want to be with that. I only want your perfect self.
Yeah, so she confesses, and then I'll be there present and go, wow. The beauty is when the person is expressing and having a challenge, and they're not throwing up on the other person and blaming the other person, then it allows for a place for the other person to hold space for the one who is being challenged in that moment. And then the roles and the tides turn. And then it's the opportunity for both people to share those experiences when they come up.
And speaking of sexy, it is so freaking sexy to be able to be in partnership with someone where everything can be present. Because even like in the bedroom, let's say, or even like
the bedroom!
The bedroom!
Why not the kitchen?
Why not the kitchen? Oh, that too.
Yeah, that happened actually lately.
But just...
we'll
get to that in the next video.
I got her.
We love you.
So,
we're gonna stop
I
here.
guess she's going to stop it now, but I think that covers it, and without being more verbose.
Basically, authentic is the new sexy. Be true to you, and you will manifest a partner that loves you. Love yourself, and that love will reflect in your relationships. And
Hey-ho, wee-ho, be-ho.
rock on. Bye.
Ciao,
Thanks for the questions,
lots of love.
Amy Cole.
Namaste.